We are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome. And first, before we begin, I'm going to tell you, I got a lot of things. We've got demos to do with the dogs. We've got questions to answer. It's all about the season of nuance. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. We will let you know as we roll along. Really, what the focus for today is that there's a truth that I want you to know. If you've ever gone to an in-person dog training class, there are things that they cannot tell you. And I'm going to tell you those things today. I'm going to tell you why they can't tell you. But first, I'd like you to leave a comment and let me know where you're watching from. I see Germany, Simona from Germany, PJ from North Wales, and Corinna from Finland. And then we go to North Dakota. Amazing, all over the place. Joni from New York, Austria. Big basketball game in New York last night. Did you watch the basketball game, Tammy? Tammy's here with me helping out. Make sure that I don't get anything wrong. From Asheville, Mexico City. Holy crap, that's amazing. Red Deer, Alberta. I have a question for you all. I'm going to see if the technology hasn't worked particularly crazy for me today, but we're going with this. Here's your question. What statement best describes you as a dog owner? So first-time dog or puppy owner, and you're excited for your new adventure. A frustrated dog or puppy owner who's in need of some solutions, or a curious learner it's just looking to add new information to what you already know. And if it's something other than those three, please leave a comment and let me know what it is. Because what I have to share with you today, I can tailor it based on the audience that is showing up here today. And so I would like to make sure that I'm going to help you, meet you where your needs are, because this is about me sharing information, but I want you to leave the end of this hour knowing a lot more than what you started with, having a lot more solutions in your brain to whatever it is that you're training with your dog right now. All right, so I'm going to check a lot of you are number twos, frustrated, puppy or dog owner. Let me know if you have a puppy or a dog. So 2, and it's a dog. 2, it's a rescue dog. It's, how long have you had that dog or puppy? Some curious learners. Vast majority of you are 2s. So that is good. That gives me a place. First-time dog owner with a 9-month-old, but frustrated by my incompetence. Listen, Simona, give yourself some grace. We all start somewhere. And here's the truth. I've been training dogs for more than 30 years. I think it's 35 years now. I still make mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes. The key is that we learn from those mistakes and we move forward. So a lot of you in preparation for my puppy in 6 weeks. Oh, Karen, that's exciting. Let us know what kind of puppy, because I just love puppies. Curious learner, frustrated for sure. New to us 1-year-old Sammy. Oh, congratulations. And listen, it will get better. And after today, you'll have some tools to help you get better. Making transition. Oh, that's so nice. Jen, making transition completely away from balance to positive. Welcome, Jen. Welcome. I would love to mentor you on this journey. I'm so thrilled that you've made that decision. 6-month-old golden retriever. As a coincidence, Leslie, I also have a golden retriever that I'm going to be doing a demo with today. Okay, mine's a little different than yours, but they both have happy tails, I'm sure. So rescue dog, boxer mix. I always thought Tater Salad was a boxer mix. Had him 2 years. He's a 4-year-old. Okay. A 13-year-old and a 10-year-old. So frustrated 6-year-old dog that I got at 3. It's my fault. Deborah, I want you just to release that, because that's not helping you. Guilt doesn't belong anywhere in dog training. We all have made mistakes. We all wish we had done things differently. Leave that in the past. Let's look forward. Let's just change things. Okay, some amazing comments. Hello from Texas. I'm going to be going to Texas, I think, in 2 weeks. Mine pulls on the leash and can be reactive. Super. I'm really going to help because I think the vast majority of you that I've seen either are in the middle of a problem right now, or you're really curious and you want to add to what you know about reinforcement-based dog training. So that is amazing. And we're happy you're here. All right, I want to give away a prize. So I'm going to give away 2 prizes. I'm actually going to give away 3 prizes, but I'm going to give away two. I'm going to share with you how you can get the second one, or the third one, at the end of today. So this is one of my most favorite tug toys. It's made by the good folks at For My Merles. They've been providing me with tug toys. Man, I don't know if Brian or Shirley are on, probably 10 years. And so this is my favorite that I use most of the time. Why do I love it? Because it's got a bungee, so that if the dog hits it and they're tugging, that it has some give. Number 2, why I love it, because it's small enough that I can put it in a hand, and it's not as obvious that I have a training prop with me when we're training. So I'm going to give away one of these tug toys, and the way that you can win is just share this live. Just share this live either on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere, social media, anywhere, and say Susan's live. Susan's live, and I'm super excited to learn. And you can put whatever you want in there. Come on back to the comment section and let us know where you shared it. So my team behind the scenes is gathering all of you who shared, and we're going to have a random draw at the end of today. So by the end of this live, in an hour, somebody's going to win 1 toy in an hour, and then we're giving away 2 more, and I'll tell you how we're going to get those in the future. So let me talk a little bit. You know what? Before I talk, let's just do one quick. So I had a poll. The team put out a poll saying, which dog would you guys like for me to do a demo with? And it was pretty close. There were 3 dogs that were very, very close. So Waffles, Tater Salad, and Momentum. Now, Momentum, who is the black and white dog standing up over there, I can't tell you the last time she was on a live stream. And so I thought I'll let Waffles be our demo dog for our next live, and we'll let Momentum have some special time today. So I'm just going to show you just a little demo of Momentum. We really don't do much training. She's retired from agility about 2 years ago, and she gets training with one of the girls who works here, Michelle. She loves Michelle. So Michelle loves rally, so she does rally. I did a lot of training in obedience with her, but didn't really compete. So I'm going to change the camera right now. So I want you guys to continue to answer that question. If you're new here, if you're just arrived, please let me know what question, what answer best describes you and your dog. So I've got those 2 dogs there. This used to be a tug toy. We're now calling it a pacifier. I'm going to give it to Prophet, so he has something to hold on to when I'm training. Oh, I got to get one for Moo as well. So I'll get another one for Momentum. Matt. Yep. You have to hold it, young lady. Has it been a while? Yes. Yeah. All right. So we'll just do a little bit of work with her. So if I'm walking, I can put this toy there. If I'm walking, I could give her cookies down. But when I ask her to do something, I expect that she does it. So that is just an example of some behaviors that have all been taught through reinforcement. So games brought that to her. Why do I want that kind of precision? I don't. It just evolved. I wanted her to have an understanding of what we call reinforcement zone, be at my side. It's really, really handy when you're walking your dog on a leash and you see another dog, but it's also really handy if you have any interest in dog sports. So what happens is I put so much value in the dog being at my side, and you can see that she stares at me. I've never ever cued or taught her to stare at me. That focus for me is a byproduct of the games. So if you want a dog to maybe do competition obedience or rally, like these are some of the things you can do. But I think most of you here really want a dog who's going to be an amazing family pet who you can walk on leash super easy. So that, like, all three things can be accomplished with the games. So I'm getting ahead of myself though. I just wanted you to meet Momentum. She's 10 and a half years old. She really doesn't get a ton of training anymore, but you can see when training involves the dog's choice, they have the opportunity to choose whether they participate or not. Now, that sounds very, what do you mean? Like my dog can just walk away? It sounds that way, but if you structure the training properly, they never want to walk away. They love it so much. All right. So what we're here primarily today is I'm answering questions about the first two videos, well, three technically, in our free video series, The Season of Nuance. Now, how many of you can write in the comments, I've seen the first few videos, I've seen the first two videos, I've seen the first video, or I'm not even in the Season of Nuance. I don't even know how to get that. So write that in the comments so I know where you are, because we want you to be able to get that. The Connected Dog, The Season of Nuance, is a free educational series with 4 tutorials that we put together. Every year we do one big learning event for the world, 100% free. And so this one, I just was thinking about a comment that I read yesterday on one of them. On one of the videos, our hand target video, somebody wrote, I cannot believe you're giving this away free. Like, I would pay money for this. This is so much better than a lot of the courses that I've taken online. Okay, so saw both, seen them all. I've seen all of them. How to teach them to give the toy back. Okay, haven't seen it partway through. All right, so for those of you who may not, you can just write this down or click in another window and come back to this so that you can join 100% free doggyflix.com and you can get this amazing. It's professionally videoed and intentionally put together so that you would have a transformation after you watch the videos. So doggyflix.com and you can join the Season of Nuance and get this for free. So when you join, you'll obviously get videos, but we've created these lesson plans. So you can download these step-by-step lesson plans so that you can have this even when the video series is only here for a limited time. I should know when it's ending. I'm going to look. I believe it is the 28th or 29th. I'm just going to look. I have a cheat sheet here. The last one comes out on the 28th. So I would imagine the series ends on the 29th. So, but you can download these. So you still have all of them for free. And the other thing that you can download is this epic Connected Dog Playbook. It is unbelievable. It's 50 pages, give or take a page or two. I'm guessing. If you want me to really look, I can tell you. 47 pages. And again, it's something that you can take notes. There's information for you. Anyway, I'm super excited about this series. And if you're not in there, that's how you can join. Now, if you haven't seen the first two videos, it's okay. This will actually help you have a better understanding of what's to come. So, because today we're going to talk about how we get what we refer to as a transfer of value. So why does Momentum want to walk beside me like that? And it doesn't matter what I ask those dogs to do. They will keep doing them thinking at some point they might get a reinforcement, but the reinforcement isn't what's making them do it. If there was a squirrel running across the road and I asked them to do behavior, they would do the behavior, because it all comes down to something that we call a transfer of value. So the transfer of value only works when you have a super high value reward. You need to start with a very high value reward. And there is like what I'll call like it's just a neutral stimulus. So your hand, it's neutral. It's like my coffee mug. I have yet to finish my coffee from this morning. My coffee mug, according to my dogs, that's a neutral stimulus. What else? My phone case, that would be a neutral stimulus. So if I presented this to, let's bring Momentum over here. Move. If I said, isn't this fascinating? She doesn't even care. She's not even looking at it. What do you think that is? She's like, whatever. Okay, Matt, can you go hop it up? Now, if I put this down, do you think I would get the same response? Let's see. Matt, do you see her licking her lips on the way over and sniffing? This is not a neutral stimulus. That's a good demo dog. Thank you. Okay, go hop it up. That is not a neutral stimulus, is it? Absolutely not. So if you take a neutral stimulus and you follow it by a high value reward, you get a high value stimulus, which is what this is. It is now a high value stimulus. This, it's your phone. Whatever. Okay, so that's how we get a transfer value. A lot of dog training fails because the transfer doesn't happen. The dog, and maybe let me know in the comments if you have this scenario. The dog will only sit or down or come when they know you've got the goods. If I see the cookies in your hand, if I can smell them on you, then I can be super exciting. Is that a situation you're dealing with now? Or is it something you've ever seen with your dog? And you don't even have to be honest about this. If you don't want to share, 100% okay. But what happens, yes, Barbara says, yes, that's the situation that she's encountered. Oh, a very enthusiastic, yes. So, and that's what leads people to say that cookie training doesn't work. Reinforcement-based dog training doesn't work. The dog needs to know they have to do it. That's not been my experience, that we can train this way, but we need to get what I refer to as the transfer of value. And I said off the top, I'm going to share some things that your in-person instructor likely has never shared, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason is because there's so much for them to cover. And when you go to an in-person class, oh, I'm going to try a different microphone. Somebody said that the speakers don't work so good. Tell me if this microphone makes it better or worse. Okay, so I'm trying this microphone just because I want you guys to have really clear sound. So leave me a comment. Let me know if it's better or worse, or if you like the other way better. It's better. Kathy says it's better. Oh, Lisa says it's worse. The second one is worse. Okay. Oh, some of you say it's better. It's funny because everybody who said it's worse is from YouTube. Interesting. Okay, well, I need it to be good for everybody. Wow, why would it be worse on YouTube? This is a mind blow for me. Okay, I'm going to go back to the original one, and I'm just going to, oh, I've got another one I can try. Hold on. I just thought of something. This might be better. Just when I do a demo, I'm going to have to yell. So this one should be better for everybody, I'm thinking. I'm not like a tech genius, but I think this one should be better for everybody. Let me know in the comments if it's better for everybody this way. Okay, so this is the third one. I've given you three now. So the third one Meg says is better. Good. Oh, YouTube says good. Okay, good. We can deal with that then. Okay. So I mentioned that there's something that your in-person dog trainer may not tell you. And the reason is, when I used to teach in-person classes, which I did for years and years and years, we don't want to overwhelm you. When you're in, some of you, okay, third is much worse. Okay, I'm changing back to the original one. That's camera, audio. I'm so excited about sharing this information. So there, back to the original one. Okay, when I'm teaching an in-person class, there is so much that I could tell you, but you need to balance the information that I want to share. Picture this as like a massive snowball with your confidence, which is not a snowball. And that confidence can be crushed so quickly. And so I have to be careful when I'm teaching in person that I give you gross information, and the nuances have to wait. But when I'm teaching online, like in our online classes, such as recallers, I can put in the nuances there because you as a student gets to go back and watch them. And if you're somebody said this to me 2 weeks ago, I can't learn online. Well, I would suggest you learn to learn online, because what an opportunity it is. What an opportunity it is, because you get to watch the demonstration of how to do the behavior, try it on your dog, go back and watch it again, refer to the notes, go back and try it again. When you're in person, you absorb the information you can while you're being distracted by what your dog barking at another dog, and the fact that your stomach's growling because, by the way, you just worked all day and you haven't had a chance to get anything. And then you go home and you go, what was she talking about? Where did she put her hand? We can't cover the nuances in the in-person classes. I think they're great for a number of reasons, mostly showing off. But online learning, I don't care what age you're at, find the joy in online learning. Potentially the class, if you've tried them before and they haven't worked for you, potentially the structure of the education wasn't right. There was something missing. Okay, so we've got nuances, and that's what this free series, The Connected Dog, The Season of Nuance, is all about. And here is one of the nuances, is that food training, you're right, it won't work. There's times when it won't work. And what is the big thing? It's things that you may have incorrectly chosen for the training scenario. So maybe we're going to teach your dog to, when I grab your collar, it's going to be a positive reinforcing thing. If you grab the collar, get my golden here. Okay, my golden is on a leash, and sometimes it gets a little finicky to train on a leash, so I like to put it around my neck. So here's my golden, and I've got my cookies. So if you grab the collar and you give the golden or your puppy belly button lint, some goldens might really like that, but that's considered a low value reward. If you give them the kibble that you feed them every day, that's a low value reward. So you're not going to get a huge impactful transfer of value. You're going to get well, if nothing else is better around, then maybe I'll do it. But if there's something else better for me to do, I got no interest in that, right? Because you've chosen to try and create joy for training using a very low value food. Now, what's something else that could happen? Here's another example. So one of the things you're going to learn in the season of nuance is what I call we call in our online programs a spotlight. A spotlight, the proper name for a spotlight is a is a location-specific reinforcement marker. And I know the acronym for that doesn't spell spotlight, but we're taking liberty because spotlight is easier for people to remember. So search tells the dog where to get the cookie. So I'll do a little demo with Prophet because he's been sitting there so good. I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to put, you can't see, cookie in this bowl. There's 3 of them in here now. It's a big bowl. There. Do you see I put a cookie in the bowl? You have to trust me if you can't see it. There we go. Cookie in the bowl. I'm going to put the cookie so that you guys can see it. I've got to move my chair. I'm going to take this off the screen so you can't miss anything. So here we go. Put it right. Oh, now it's being covered. There we go. There we go. So there was the cookie in the bowl. You saw it in the bowl. You heard it in the bowl. Now I'm going to post. Good. I'm going to throw the cookie. Search. Now we took a look at the bowl. Come on back to us. Good. You're going to throw another cookie. Search. He gave a good look at the bowl. He said, yeah, there's a cookie in that bowl. Nice. Good. All right, come on. Okay, so I get that the microphone isn't so great and you can't hear what I'm saying, so I'm going to just go over it again. The cookie was in the bowl. The first time I said search, he went out and he looked in the bowl. Oh, yeah, there's a cookie in there. But search is a spotlight. That means you can eat food off the floor now. And there's another spotlight, which you're going to learn more about in the season of Nuance. We're going to teach you this. That means you can get the cookie from the bowl. All right. So the challenge and why you might not get the transfer of value is if you're saying search at the same time your hand is moving, then the dog, the more salient cue is your hand moving. If you're training your dog and you're not getting a transfer of value, you should be videoing. And are you putting your hand in the bait bag as the dog's trying to make a decision? Because the moment the thought of the reinforcement process is begun, no other learning can happen. So there's a reinforcement process. I have to put my hand in the cookie bag. I bring out a cookie, or if you're holding a cookie in your hand, I have to move that cookie towards you or throw the cookie. The moment the reinforcement process starts, the learning stops because the cookie, they love the cookie so much, it overpowers the learning. And those are nuances that are preventing your reinforcement-based reward training. It is preventing it from working. And we want to help you, which is why we put together this free series. So far, there's 21,000 people that are going through the season of Nuance so far. It will keep growing and growing as we are open here. So if you have friends that would like to join, you be sure to share that with them. But it's not that your dog can't learn from cookie training. It's not that cookies are the only thing that is reinforcing your dog. It's that there's not a clarity of understanding of how the process is working for you and your dog. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? It's the same thing for those of us that like to wear bait bags. So often the bait bag has all the value. You take that bait bag off, does it change how the dog works? I have no cookies. I have nothing. Let me take, I'll stay nice and close to the camera, hand touch. So she touched it 17 times. I think she deserves a cookie. Good. All right, go ahead. Oh. She doesn't expect a cookie every time. She knows I work until you give me something else to do. It doesn't matter that there are no cookies present. That only happens when you're training this way, when you get a transfer of value. And for some people, the reason why it stays with the cookies is because the dog sees the cookies. Oh, look at it. I got roast chicken in my hands here. They see the cookies or they smell the cookies and they go, that's all I can do. It's all about the bait bag. Work is only about the bait bag. We need to move through that and get to a place where you can create that transfer of value. I can wear a bait bag or not. Sometimes I just put cookies in my pouch here. It gets a little icky when I forget about it and it goes through the wash. It's another story. So those are the nuances that are super important. Let me know if I've completely confused you. Leave me a question on how I can help clarify this further for you. Do you have questions? And it works the same with a toy. If I have a toy out there, let me just do a little bit while you write your questions. I'll just do something with profit. What's your team? I should get a cookie from Moo. All right. Great. Now he loves his toys. He loves to play with his toys. He loves everything about his toys. Come on, straight. Got 2 toys here. Mine. All right. Sit. Bring me. Mine. Good. Yes. So if I tell him, search, he would like to pick up his toy, but he knows search means ignore the toys and come and get a cookie or find a cookie off the floor. And the toys are right there. But if I say, bring me. Thank you. Straight. Bring me. Oh, okay, go help it up. Not on that one. You can help it up with your sister. Come on. Cookie. Thank you. Okay, so it's your choice is the same, whether it's with toys, cookies, people. So many of you with young puppies need a little bit of it's your choice with people, because I see these puppies that can't walk down a street and they see a person and they go, oh, I must greet, I must meet, I must lick, I got to see them. It's your choice with everything. So these are the things that we're going to teach you in this short, free series, The Season of Nuance. Okay. I'm looking for questions.
How do we fix the bait bag challenge?
The bait bag challenge, the number one step in fixing that is playing It's Your Choice. So you're going to learn that, the step-by-step process in the Season of Nuance. Could I give an example of high-value treats and cookies? Here's the truth. The only one who could give you an example of high-value treats and cookies is your dog, because some dogs have higher value that they require. But when you train this way, let's say you have a dog, we've had them in our classes, they only will work for roast chicken. No, roast chicken, nothing else, just roast chicken. And the fatal mistake that their people make is they only train with roast chicken. We need there to be a transfer of value so that you bring in lower value food that gets reinforced by the roast chicken. And eventually roast chicken is just something special, because if you had what you love most of all every day, eventually it would be less unique and less special to you. I will put an asterisk on that one, because I think I could have chocolate every day and it would never be less special, but that's just me. I might be different. Okay. More questions. Are there any more that
How do I make it about the behavior and not the cookie?
So how do I make it about the behavior and not the cookie? That is what the season of nuance is. There are so many nuances that go into this. The first thing, we have to get that transfer of value. And that is what we are helping you to get in this video series. My dog gets frustrated when I don't treat after a couple of repetitions and gets sloppy. So you just have to make that behavior more clear to the dog by not going to multiple repetitions without reinforcement. I would never do what I did with those two dogs. Like Profit is almost 2 and Momentum is 10 over 10. I wouldn't do multiple taps until I had amazing, no matter what I did, I got the same behavior every time. Okay, some really good questions. Are there any lessons in the season of nuances that are not in recolors? They are different. They are the same, but they're presented differently right now. Plus, we've had people who have gone through the season of nuance and are on recolors, but they'll come back because after every 2 videos in the season of nuance, I do a live and then I share more insight. And you may have heard the same thing 4 times, but if you were learning 3 other things at the same time, you aren't ready for all 4 of them. So your brain will just say, well, let's put this one on the back burner. And then when you hear it the 4th time, you go, oh, that was a gem. That was a gem. I think a lot of something that will make this a lot easier for everybody is when you train your dog. This is going to be difficult to hear. I get it. And you can put a yes or a no, a yay, a nay, a Y or an N, any language you want. I probably won't understand them, but that's okay. Do you have the habit of when you train your dog, you video your training? Do you have that habit? Because when we video, and ideally journal as well, we then are tracking our progress. So this is Profit's journal where I'll take notes of things that I want to improve. I watch so I got no, I got a yes, I got a sometimes, no, yes, sometimes. Love your honesty. I got an N. I get it. No, but I should. Unfortunately not. I predict far more of you are going to say no. I'm dragging my feet on the video. I try sometimes. Do you know, because I just got to train my dog. You can create a process where the videoing and the training is instantaneous. It is a habit. Here's the truth. Our dog's behavior. So somebody mentioned in here, my hand target gets sloppy after a few. Our dog's behavior is like a compass or a lighthouse that is guiding the direction they need the training to go next. But if we're not videoing and we're not journaling, we are not taking that on board. Here's the truth. What gets tracked gets trained. If you don't track it, what happens? You go back to what you always do. Or if you're in a class, you just do what the teacher tells you to do. This is your homework this week. But when you're videoing, you go, I video everything I do, and I still look at the video and go, oh, Susan. And then I say, okay, you did your best, and that was awesome, and this is what we're going to do different next time. What gets tracked gets trained. It doesn't need to take, there's 2 kinds of people. There are people who are obsessive about setting up the journal perfectly and making sure that they video everything and then that they look through every single thing and they make pages of notes. I'm not one of those people. I love dog training, not so much the record keeping, but I know what gets tracked gets trained. So I do it. But I do it in a way that makes it super easy for me. I get my video and I scrub. And if there's something I've got to go, what was that? Then I'll play it. Mostly I'm watching my videos, scrubbing. And then I'll write the shortest notes that help me to know what needs to be trained based on what I've observed when I was tracking. Okay. All right. There were some questions that were sent ahead of us, so I am going to get to these. But if there's any others, Tammy's going to write them down and hand them over. Collar grab, which is one of our games that we have our lesson plan for. Boom, boom. Collar grab. The question is, can I do this with a harness? I think in the collar grab game, I do mention that. If you are in the habit to, when you go taking your dogs out for a walk, that you wear a harness, then absolutely, yes. You should be doing it in both a harness and a collar. If your dog never wears a collar, then you could just do it with a harness. I think that, oh, what does scrubbing mean? Like fast forwarding. I'll look at my video and I'll just go really, honestly, I upload it into an editing, like it takes me 2 seconds and then I just go through it fast, or 2 times speed. Yeah, I watch it in 2 times speed. So we want to create what's called a positive CER, a positive conditioned emotional response, meaning the dogs love it. They want to do it again. My dogs have a positive conditioned emotional response to laying on any dog bed or raised surface I ask them to go on. I'm pretty confident if this live went on for 3 hours, those 2 dogs would stay there. I'm pretty confident of that. I watch them both leave right now. No, I'm sure. So our goal is to create a positive CER to you reaching for something. Why do we make sure that it is done on leash? Eventually you can do it off leash. The dog's going to love it so much. When you reach for their collar, they're going to like stretch up and say, oh, here, take mine. Yeah, you can take it. But we want to have it done on leash initially so that it's easy for you to just slide and grab the collar. But also think about how you live with your dog. When you go out walking, is your dog on leash or off leash? So the collar grab is a great exercise. Once it's associated with something positive, is a great exercise to redirect a dog who might be a little worried about another dog coming towards them, or a little bit overexcited about a kid on a bicycle. We can redirect them into a new location. But if they've never played the game on leash, you've only played it off leash, then that's a problem. We need a CER to the leash as well. Okay. Any other, oh, there's more questions. Do you have more? Oh, can I train from a chair? We have a lot of people who train from a wheelchair. If you are limited, then 100% you can train from wherever you are. Obviously, if you have the ability to move around, that would be ideal, but there is a lot of improvisation that gets done for people who are in chairs. Do you keep all the videos? I would like to tell you no, but I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to my dog training videos. So I would say about every 6 months or something, I go, I've got no storage, and I will delete them all. But I will keep them. And if I've had a particularly important session, what I'll do is I'll edit it into small important lessons, and then I'll upload that alone. But that's rare, unless I want to use it for teaching. That's a really good question, by the way. Dog has light hand target. How do I get it harder? I think in the season of Nuance, we go into that detail. So review there and ask. And if you haven't asked that question, ask it in there. What can I do to reduce excitement with out of control barking? It's a difficult question for me to answer when I don't know what the lifestyle and the training history is with your dog. So when is the barking? What triggers the barking? It's just so much. So I live in a townhouse, so walking on leashes with my puppy is a must. How can I incorporate It's Your Choice in leash walking? Mary Beth, are you in the season of Nuance or recallers? Because that is the great place to start. So how do I get my dog's attention off my pocket? Exactly the same thing I talked about with the bait bag. The value is staying with the goods. We need to get the value through you to the behavior, and that has to do with how you're using your food. Are you using it as a food lure? Because if you're using it as a food lure, then the transfer value is virtually impossible for dogs. There has to be some way to get a stimulus, a neutral stimulus that happens before they see the food. So Mary Beth, you're in the season of nuance. Great. So you want to work on it's your choice with your puppy in all different environments until, like, you don't say how old your pup is, but leash walking is challenging. So we have a whole protocol in recallers where we teach, it's called jaywalking, where we teach how to walk on leash. So you want to, just like with students, you want to balance the dog's confidence with how much we throw at them. And so we don't want to throw, oh, you have to do, it's your choice. You have to keep the lead loose, and you have to walk right beside me when they're just a baby, because then we're going to lose their confidence and overwhelm them. You know what? I get that sometimes the same question seems like a different question to you when you're asking it in a different way. How do I make the behavior about the behavior, not the cookie? So I gave a brief demonstration here, or explanation in this video. So if you didn't watch it, you can go back and review it once we're done. It's all about the order of events. Where does the food appear for your dog? If you don't have a transfer of value, is the dog seeing the food first? Are you saying, I need you to sit, I need you to down, I need you to walk with me, I need you to come? Because then you're telling the dog, focus on the food, focus on the food, focus on the food, focus on the food, focus on the food. And now you want to say, I don't want my dog to focus on the food. You can change. You can change immediately. The season of nuance will be that change for you. I promise it will be. Okay. Should I be asking, I'm not sure. Oh, collar grab. Should I be asking my dog to stay? No. Collar grab, they can be wherever. Oh my gosh. Bonnie, I am sorry that you're dealing with this. My dog is screaming in agility. I'm trying to get it under control, being positive. The trainer in class keeps asking me to train with an e-collar, but I don't really want to. Thank you. God bless you for not wanting to put an e-collar into an agility ring. If I have a behavioral concern with my agility dog, I deal with it away from agility. Can your dog do what these two dogs did today, where one dog is waiting and one dog is working? That's the first step. That's the first step. And how do you get that? By minimizing the challenge. So some of you who are in the season of nuance, you have an opportunity to join our platinum level. In our platinum level, we have this book, Training Breakthrough, 5-Step Process to Transforming Dog Behavior. And so what that will help you, it will give you a template. So this is a free ebook that we're giving to all of the people who are in the platinum level. What is the platinum level of the season of nuance? It's a deeper level where you get more individual attention from myself and my coaches. So I want the season of nuance to be free. All the videos, all the information, almost all of the downloads, with the exception of this ebook, are free. There aren't many trainers out there putting their great stuff for free. But there are some people who want an opportunity to have a deeper connection and to take the time to be in a group of like-minded people, that you have your own portal for people that are in the platinum group, where we do a little bit more of individual tailoring these games. My dog is obsessing on the food. Well, let's look at that. So that's what the platinum level is for. It's only $50. I would pay $50 for this ebook alone. Seriously. Well, maybe I wouldn't, because I wrote it myself and the team, but anybody would be crazy not to pay $50 for that ebook alone. But you get 3 Zoom calls with myself and the platinum group, with our 2 of our coaches and myself. So I'm in on every Zoom call where we deep dive into that. I forgot to mention the platinum level. If you aren't in the platinum level and there's any way that you can Do that. Give up what you have to this week. I don't know whatever that means to you. Give up what you have to be able to invest $50 into you getting more detailed, specific coaching from us. Okay. Do we have a share winner? There's no name on that. How many people are in the platinum level Zoom calls? It depends how many people sign up for platinum. We do limit it, but we have yet to meet or to max out on the limit. So several hundred. And you're in this group, your own little coaching group, where you can ask us questions in there about the specific training for your dog. Sorry if you covered this. I have to keep my dog on leash when training agility. I'm transferring to parachutes, so she barely feels the leash. But even that will, when I unhook her leash, she runs. Any idea, Sandra? Are you in the season of nuance? Question number 1. And from there, join recallers. Question number 2. As I said, when I have a problem, a behavioral problem in agility, I never deal with it in agility. When, there's compartments to a dog agility. You want to learn how to be a handler. But when you're learning to be a handler, you don't want to have to be a trainer. So the trainer is a dog who, when I release one of these dogs, they're like, yep, what are we going to do? I want to do this. If you don't have that focused attention, we don't want to try to force the dog to watch you. We don't want to try and force the dog to want to play with you. But if you've done the foundation right, that's exactly what you get. You don't have to have a line on that dog. The dog wants to engage with what you're doing. But what happens in a lot of agility classes, and I don't know if this is the case, that so often people say, come and join my agility class. Week 1, we're going to put you through a tunnel. Week 2, we're going to put you over jumps in a tunnel. Week 3, we're going to let you know about the A-frame. Not the way to train the sport, my friend. You have to build up a relationship so that the dog learns how to follow. Handling first. The obstacles are the furthest thing from my mind when I'm helping somebody create an amazing relationship in agility. Because that's exactly what I do as well. Okay, there's a few more questions here. We're going to do another live on, I'm not going to guess. I've got my sheet here. So our next live is going to be on Monday, the 26th. So some of the questions, if I haven't got to your question, then definitely there will be an opportunity for me to answer it on Monday. So Sandra says, join Handling 360. Definitely that's when you're ready for that. But I would put you in recallers to really get some amazing focus from your dog so that they love to work with you. It's so important. Elaine says, just joined platinum for me and my 15-year-old pup. Really? How cool is that? Hoping it will help my students. Of course it will, Elaine. And as a matter of fact, you're not going to believe this, Elaine. So you are one of our, that's just a great coincidence. You're one of our winners today. You won the tug toy. How cool is that? What a coincidence. Okay. So I'm going to give away another tug toy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it away when I start Monday. So if you're watching this recording, then you can share it. It doesn't matter. You can share it, and it's just great dog training that everyone will benefit from. Share this video, come on back and put where you shared it. And we're going to do a second draw for another tug toy. Plus, we're going to do another draw as well. But I want to read more of your questions here. Yes, Stephanie, absolutely. Get your students to join the season of nuance. 100%, it will help your students. Absolutely. Will this help with a dog with crazy prey drive? cat prey drive. We have a student, I don't have a video of it, of her, that her dog had unbelievable, like you wouldn't, it was crazy prey drive for cats. And 100%, it just got resolved. She could actually retrieve around stray cats outside by the end of it. So it's about a transfer of value for you. So distractions are minimized. That's what we want. And we don't punish, we don't correct, we don't scream. We just build up confidence and focus for work and focus for you, layer by layer by layer by layer, 100%. Okay. What's better to start, recallers or homeschool the dog? If you go through the season of Nuance, then I think you'd be ready to jump into recallers for sure. What's the advantage of recallers is you get a full year of coaching from us. You get a full 40 games, plus there's so many side courses that you get for free that you don't have to pay for. I'll get more into that next week. But if you want to join the Platinum, we have our first Zoom call with me tomorrow, but you don't have to be there for it. But if you are, then yay, we get to see each other kind of face to face. But the Platinum calls are all recorded, so you'll be able to see them for sure. Okay, so what we have, I got one more thing I want to share. So this is, I would say, one of my favorite fitness tools. It's called a Propel by the good folks at Blue 9. And I want to give one of those away right now. Well, I'm going to tell you how you can earn it, how you could win it. If at any point in today's live, I said something that you would say, that's a gem, or that's an aha, or, oh, I've never heard it put that way before. I'm hoping you were taking notes today. You can go back and watch the video and take notes. And then you can go to either my YouTube. Once this video, the way YouTube works, the live has to be over because it deletes all of these comments. That's what YouTube does. It deletes all the comments. So you can go over to YouTube to this live and let us know what your gem is, or you can go to my Facebook page and write in what your gem was from today. And then on Monday, we're giving away 2 prizes. One for the shares. And any of you that shared here today, you're in. Now, I said she wouldn't leave, but we've had so many. So she left to go in a kennel. So when I say my dogs won't leave, that doesn't include fear. So we've had so many storms over the past 5 days, Tammy. And she is afraid of thunder. And the garbage truck just rumbled by. And that's exactly what happened. So that's a great opportunity to talk about the difference between training an emotion and training a behavior. They're very, very different. Very different. And I have a podcast on that. So leave a gem on the Facebook page or on YouTube. I don't know if there's a place in... I don't think there's a place in the lobby of the season of Nuance to leave that. But yes, I love that when my dog is a little bit afraid, she chooses to go into a crate, because that is a conditioned emotional response to be a place of security for her. Crate games for the win, my friends. Okay, so we're going to leave it. 1 hour. Maybe I could answer one more question. There was a great question that was asked, and it said, and I'm not going to look it up, but I'm going to go off the top of my head. I might find it here. And it was, just playing all these games, will it contribute to my dog's separation anxiety? Meaning, I'm building up all this value for me. Is my dog going to have more separation anxiety? Now let's think of it the flip way. That's like saying, if you went to a trainer that taught your dog to hate you, the dog would have less separation anxiety. So what we're doing by playing these games is creating incredible confidence in the dog. So that alone isn't going to reduce your separation anxiety, but it might reduce it. You have to be strategic. We have a protocol. Well, it's not ours. It's from our students in Switzerland. It's called the Frida protocol. And you can see that on our YouTube channel. It's in a Shape My Dog podcast, Frida but go and watch it on YouTube. It'll help you. So definitely no. The answer is no. Building more confidence in your dog, helping your dog to understand the difference of earned rewards versus bribed rewards, that will not contribute to separation anxiety. Absolutely not. Okay. See you guys on Monday. And for you platinums, tomorrow at 4. I'll see ya. Thank you, everybody. And special thanks to Tammy for helping us out here today and to the team that's behind the scenes. Everyone, hearts for the team. They're amazing. Amazing.